Dear all, Assalamu alaikum. I am Shair Ali Munir from BBA First from Comsal University, Islamabad, Ahmedabad campus. Today, the topic of my presentation, I'm giving presentation on is Volkswagen. It is a German company who make automobiles, cars, trucks, and like that, and many well-known car brands are working under it. So basically, we will go through first from the introduction. Volkswagen was first established in 1937 by the German Labor Front in Berlin. In the early 1930s, car was a luxury. Only wealthy people could afford the cars. Out of 50 Germans, only one could afford the car. This is the percentage of the buyers in that time. Volkswagen itself means the people's car, and in German, and speaks to the popularity of this brand. So it means it's a people's car. It came into for the poor people's, and Volkswagen is well known for producing producing quality cars and good quality and stylish vehicles. Uh, Volkswagen vehicles are well assembled, safe, well equipped, and cheap and have good performance levels. Uh, Volkswagen wasn't content with being a German car maker. Volkswagen had a global ambitions by 1990. Volkswagen had sister companies produce 40% of their cars outside of the Germany, and impressively, Volkswagen sold two-thirds of its car outside Germany. Volkswagen was now truly a global concern. Volkswagen Group has manufacturing facilities around the world. Volkswagen vehicles are made in Brazil, China, India, Slovakia, the USA, Germany, Portugal, Spain, Poland, Mexico, South Africa, and Russia. History. Now we will go through the history. On May 28, 1937, the government of Germany and under the control of Adolf Hitler of the National Socialists formed a new state-owned automobile company. The company was originally operated by the German Labour Front, a Nazi organization. The Australian automotive engineer Ferdinand Porsche, who was responsible for the original design of the car, was hired by the German Labour Front in 1934, and ground was broken for a new factory in the state of Lower Saxony in 1938 is a place in Germany. The outbreak of World War II in 1939 occurred before mass production could begin, and the factory repurposed to produce military equipments and vehicles. Volkswagen military involved made its factory a target for Allied bombers, and by the end of the war, the factory was in ruins. It was rebuilt under the British supervision, and mass production of Volkswagen began in 1946. Control of the company was transferred in 1949 to West German government and the state of Lower Saxony. By that time, more than the half of the passenger cars produced in the country were Volkswagens. The planning. Now we'll go to the planning part of the Volkswagen. Volkswagen business strategy is focusing now on growing EV market share as well as software, autonomous tech, and mobility as a service. Until 2030, we want to increase the share of all electric cars in Europe to 70% of our sales. This is a statement given by the Volkswagen. In this way, we aim to significantly exceed the planned EU regulations in the US and China. We want to increase the share of e-cars to 50% by 2030. Volkswagen plans on launching over 30 fully electric new vehicles by 2025. The automaker expects by then they will be selling about 2 to 3 million pure electric automobiles a year in the future. Volkswagen business strategy focuses on growing EV market share as well as software, autonomous tech, and mobility as a service. Basically, they are now focusing on the EV cars, the car which will be used electrically, but very low on fuel. A new scalable system platform will consolidate three ICE platforms and two current EV platforms starting in 2026. The Volkswagen Groups and Solomon support the ambitious growth plans on electrifying America, the largest public ultra-fast charging network for the electric vehicles from all vendors in the North America. Volkswagen, together with Solomon, the company is investing $450 million, valuing electrify America at 2.445 billion. Now we'll go through the Volkswagen's current strategy. Until 2030, we want to increase the share of all electric cars in Europe to 70% of our sale. In this way, we aim to significantly exceed the planned EU regulation in the US and China. We want to increase the share of e-cars 50% by the 2030 in US and China. Volkswagen plans on launching over 30 fully electric new vehicles by 2025. The automaker expects by then they will be selling about 2 to 3 million pure electric mobiles a year. Basically, it says for all our products and mobility solutions, we aspire to minimize environmental impacts along the entire life cycle from raw material extraction until end of life in order to keep ecosystem intact and to create positive impacts on society. Now we will go through the organization part of the Volkswagen. Basically, Volkswagen Group uses a global product division. This structure is arranged in which domestic divisions are given worldwide responsibility for product groups. The company's business activities can be separated into the automotive and financial services. Volkswagen Group has its own separate board of directors, their marketing strategies, their management system, and also a separate annual report proving that they are decentralized by delegating the task to each and every member of the company. Organization structure of the Volkswagen company have a lower power distance where they dislike controlling and showing expertise. For example, if there is any mechanical problem with the operation sectors, the production and manufacturing division managers and employees usually work together to solve out the problem. Volkswagen has a better project for a product design and a good balance of metric organization. As Volkswagen follows a decentralized decision making system, they are more open to ideas and allow the lower management to make decisions. This proves the confidence of the Volkswagen company on its employees and allows good communication between the management and operation departments. What is the leadership style of Volkswagen? In case of Volkswagen, the two leadership style, that is the laissez-faire and autocratic leadership, is not suitable for implementation. The reason is the non-involvement of the employees in all process and operation of the company. How does Volkswagen treat their employees? And exemplary corporate culture creates an open work environment that is characterized by mutual trust and collaboration. The company's human resource work is highly employee oriented, strive for operational excellence, and use strategic value added contributions. Other leading brands that are under Volkswagen and working. Volkswagen Group has eight other car brands under it. They are Audi, Bentley, Bugatti, Lamborghini, Porsche, Seat, Skoda, Volkswagen. Motorcycle brand name Ducati. Commercial vehicle brands such as MAN, Scania, New Plan, and Volkswagen commercial vehicles are under are working under Volkswagen. Who is the leader of Volkswagen Group? Herbert Diess. Volkswagen Group. It is the CEO of Volkswagen Group. Herbert Diess is the German-born Austrian businessman, the current chairman of the board of management of Volkswagen Group, as well as the chairman board of management of the Volkswagen passenger car brands. In 2018, he was named one of the best CEOs in the world by the CEO World magazines. The controlling part of the Volkswagen. The Volkswagen Group is widely known within the industry to be very centralized in their decision-making process for markets around the world, with local distributors having to get approvals from Germany over a wide variety of operational matters. Since the late 2000s, the company is publicly traded but controlled by Porsche, which in turn is the half-owned and fully controlled by the Austrian-German Porsche and Peach family. Some of the advantages the Volkswagen Group has: they have a large product portfolio, they have a good brand image, they have customer loyalty, they have a good supply chain network, and they are very good at research and innovations. Conclusion of the Volkswagen. The Volkswagen company, as one of the leading vehicle manufacturers in the world, has achieved significant milestones over the years. The work that has been done by the company in terms of innovation and creativity has been immense, and the success of the company can only be attributed to the way its management has worked over the years to ensure that there is proper innovation and perfect working environment. The company's ability to use technology well has been highly appraised and allow developing numerous products and services that other car dealers do not have access to. Recommendations. Moving into the future, the company should employ better ways of improving its products to taken into consideration a number of issues, including reducing carbon emissions into the atmosphere. The company should take steps to less various treaties that have been signed to lower carbon emission levels in order to address the problem of global warming. The Cooperative Strategy 2025 is a step to right direction for the company since it embraces the use of clean energy. However, the company should do even more measures to be implemented in its production plants to reduce harmful emissions into the atmosphere in order to secure a safe future for the generations to come. So, the, this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.